Big one-way field scrambling. They're trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. There goes Fields. Touchdown! DeMar DeRozan delivers! And a Wagner. DeRozan!
Watch your head on Kiki. Get up or get out the way.
Yo, what it do, Chicago? Welcome back to the channel On The Go Chicago, where we talk Chicago sports and sports in general. You already know who it is. Got the dynamic duo back, Mike B. Got my man's Big O with me here today. What's up, Big O? Been a week since we spoken to each other. Feeling good,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Can't complain.
Yep. It's been a beautiful weather, warming up here in Chicago.
Yes, sir, for sure.
So hopefully that feed this good weather, good energy feed off into the team, into the draft and free agency.
Yeah, man, like it's crazy, man. One day it'll be cold as shit. Next 2 days it'll be hot as hell. Like, Chicago for you, man.
That's Chicago for you.
Man.
You ain't lying.
So today we got a few topics to go over. First, we're gonna it's been rumored heavily that the NBA probably gonna look to add some more teams to the NBA. We're gonna talk about is it the right idea to add a couple more teams. Then we go talking about some Chicago Bulls draft coming up. We're gonna discuss a few prospects that we think the Bulls should look at for that number 18 pick. Then we're gonna cap it off with the NBA Finals prediction. Ain't gonna hold you guys too long because game 2 is tonight. I know we both want to watch game 2, so it's not gonna be a long episode, just some quick. So first though, we're gonna talk about should the NBA look to add more teams? What's your thoughts on that, Big O?
I love it, dude. I know the rumor came out. People, the word been getting around for the last few years now that they was looking to possibly add another team. Seattle being one of the biggest teams, a few players was kind of mentioning that they would love to see that city get another team again. As we know, our very own Zach LaVine is from down there in Seattle. So I love the idea. I actually think it will be great for the league for one main reason. I think that right now with the teams overloading with talent, I think it'd be good to open up 2 other teams to allow players to go flourish and be themselves because, you got a lot of hidden gems sitting on these benches and, it'd be nice to free some of those guys up. And I think it'd be great for the players as well. They get a chance to make more money, do a little bit more, show a little bit more. And from the team perspective, make it more competitive. So I think it's a win-win all around the board.
I totally agree. I think right now it should start off with 2. One, I think the league is growing. We got a lot of stars, future stars. Still gonna make a lot of money depending on where you go with these. Where you want to put these teams. I think Seattle is a great spot. I think Vegas would be a great spot. I even throw out Kansas City. I think Patrick Mahomes got that fan base with Patrick Mahomes, and you add a basketball team. I think you can make a lot of money in Kansas City. It's a lot of teams that can use a basketball team, make more money. I think the product will be better now. You got more stars to look to go elsewhere, and then you got the G League now, where you got talent there that's looking to get a shot. So I think the NBA should look into adding at least 1 or 2 teams in the future.
Yeah, I totally agree. Kansas City, you woke me up with that one. That would be a great spot. It never came to mind. I love that. I love that idea.
Yeah, so won't hurt adding 1 or 2 more teams. So, especially I do want to see the Sonics come back. That's one team I would love to see come back.
Made me want to go get a Sonics jersey, man. That's a throwback team right there, man. Sean Kemp, Ray Allen,
Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Even one of my favorite guards on NBA 2K, Luke Ridnour. He was my guy playing 2K.
Yeah. So let's get a team in Seattle. If it's Vegas, if it's Kansas City, let's do it. Let's open this thing up, man. 32 teams. You know, we
Sure.
already got the play in, so you know it's already reaching out. You know, to more teams being able to make the playoffs. So let's add some more competitive, 2 more competitive teams. I'm all with it. My man Silver, Adam Silver.
Yeah. Another quick thing before we move on to the draft prospect. You think they should shorten the NBA season, or you think 82 games is cool?
Um,
That's another thing that's been getting talked about.
well, I know that the players they probably want less games because they feel like it's wearing on their body. They feel like it's the reasons for injuries. Um, I be personally as a fan, and you know, just trying to put my foot in their shoes. I don't think it should be less games. I mean, these players get paid a lot of money, and I get it. You want longevity and you want to be fresh, and you probably want more time with your family. If I was the players union, I wouldn't be looking at playing less games. And I think you lose money as well. We got to take that into account. Less money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to get paid more money. You can't play less games and get paid more money. That ain't how it works, as far as revenue. So if I'm the players and the players union, what if it's just about injuries and rest and being home with their families, I would just ask Silver to do something what the NFL do, give them a bye week. On how they do it, I don't know. If you want to get each team a bye week, or if you just want to shut the league down for a week or two, like maybe right before the All-Star break or after it, however they can make that work. That's what I would look for, and
Hey, that's a good idea. I was just sitting there thinking, like, just you give them maybe I say 2 bye weeks, because then the All-Star break could be considered a bye week.
It's a bye week, yeah.
And then you get one in the first half, maybe get one in the second half.
Yeah.
And try to fit it in there. Maybe I wouldn't say a whole week, maybe like 3-4 days.
There you go.
No basketball, let guys reset and
maybe like right after the Christmas games.
Yeah, after
the Christmas games. Yeah, after the Christmas game, give them about 4 or 5 days. They get to take a break. Then they come back and play 4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks, and then they got the All-Star break. And then you give them maybe another 4 or 5 break, like maybe sometime in March, and then that'll gear teams up to get ready to make their playoff runs and
give them Christmas Day you play, because even though I know as a fan, I love watching Christmas Day Christmas games. After Christmas Day, you get that 4-day rest. Maybe you can just give them a rest leading up to the new year, or
there you go.
However you want to do it. I think that's something to look into. I think the season should stay 82, because even though as a fan watching all 82 games, I'm not going to watch all 82 games because you got things to do in life.
Right.
But I still like. I think if you shorten the season, you mess with records. You mess with a lot of things. And just like, I think the season should stay as is. I don't think they should shorten it.
And they take rest games as it is.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just going to get into that. So they already low management as it is right now. So
So play the games. If you're hurt, rest, get healed up, and if you're not, just play.
So let's get into some draft targets. The draft is a few weeks away. We both been doing our little scouting, trying to find who we want the Bulls should look at. Any names come to mind for you?
Yeah. I was actually more impressed the more research I've done on some of these guys. My first name, like the first guy I would love for them to have is Tariq Eason. I don't know if you researched this kid or you seen him. This kid has the tool. He's about a 6'7" guard, high motor, explosive, can shoot it. He remind me of the young J.R. Smith. The young J.R. Smith was a bucket when he was in Denver with Melo. That's what it ain't nothing this kid can't do, and he dunks the ball. He don't play no game. So that would be the first target for me. You go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I actually got like a little a big coming up on him. He was the last guy I really scouted. I like him a lot. He's not my number one. He might like my number 2 as of right now. I'll get to my number 1 in a minute.
Okay.
But I like he got an NBA ready body. Like you said, his motor, and he's a hell of a defender. Um, the, the things I probably say he needs to work on, his shot. I feel like his shot is kind of like hit that Patrick Williams shot. It's kind of slow release.
Yeah,
Especially coming
most
into
definitely.
this team, he's going to be probably a catch and shoot player. To start off playing with DeMar, Zach, and those guys.
Hmm.
But I think he got potential to be a great player. I would like for him to get a bag. I don't think he really got a bag. He just one of them guys who just can go, and that's how he get his buckets.
Yeah,
And he probably will need to
high motor.
slow down a little bit, because I think, as you see, Westbrook with his high motor, I mean that
Yeah,
sometimes that can cause a
detriment.
shitload of turnovers.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I agree.
he's a nice fit, right as of right now, and post DeMar DeRozan. So I
Yeah.
like that. I like him.
All right.
Uh, my guy, well, my number one is EJ Liddell. Man, that's the perfect pick for this Chicago Bulls team. 6'7", 240. He can play 3 to 4, and he can play some 5 if you want to go some small ball lineup. Kind of remind me of Paul Millsap, a guy who can stretch the floor, be that backup for Patrick Williams, and he can slide in the 4, and Pat can go to the 3 post DeMar DeRozan. So it's a guy who can really fit in long term, and I think who can play right now. So I love EJ Liddell.
EJ
That's my
Liddell,
yeah.
that's your number. That's your first. And I
Yeah.
actually, I totally agree. He's actually on my list too. This kid, another guy with a high motor. And I didn't mention this from the tip when we first started talking about it, because what the two things I was looking for as I started scouting these players that I know the Bulls need. They need high IQ players and high motor guys,
Fact.
because it's not a lot of them. I'm looking
Mm-mm.
for better versions of Javante Green. We get
Yeah.
a few of those. Can we get at least 1 or 2 of those in this draft? And EJ Liddell is another guy, high motor, block your shot. He good in the pick and roll. He move his feet well. He can shoot the 3. This kid, he got the body already, as you say. He gonna fit right. He gonna be able to play right away. So I love this kid too. He was actually number 2. He was named my second option on my list right now. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one for the Bulls.
Who's your number one? Or you ain't said number one yet.
Well, Tariq Eason.
Oh,
I was just seeing him, and we know that playing college ball, it don't always translate in the NBA, but just seeing the explosiveness, seeing the things that I can see happening right away, the defense, the athleticism, the stuff that's gonna really matter when it comes down to making deep runs. As we see the Celtics, we see some of these last 4 teams. They have guys that can guard 2 and 3 positions. You know what I mean? And I look at a guy like Tariq Eason, who can guard probably your 1, 2, maybe 3. And then EJ Liddell, guy could probably guard your 3, 4, and some small ball 5s. You know what I'm saying? And that's them the guys you want. You want to build a nice group of on your team. So
I think Easton can guard some 4 too.
yeah. He looked pretty solid. I'm like, this kid, like, he powers up. I'm like, I seen him drive a few times, and you can just see him like he's finna dunk it. You can see it happen before it happens. So
Yeah, he got balance.
yeah, and I think Billy will love that as well. He loved him some athletic guys. So.
Sure. Another guy, probably a long shot, but I like his game. This is just a case. This is Zach LaVine not resigning.
Okay.
Oh no, we need to get a guy, and that's Jaden Hardy, shooting guard from the G League. To me, I think he's a 3-level scorer. Can get buckets. Can really go get his, and can still play off ball as a catch and shoot guy. I feel like he lit it up in the G League. I think he averaged like almost nearly 20 points per game in the G League. So I feel like he could be like play that Kobe White role, but it's like a long shot for the Bulls to get him, just because I feel like if they going to draft a a backup bench player. I don't think they're going to draft a rookie to have him come in to be that sixth man. So that's why I think it's a long shot of them drafting Jaden Hardy. But just somehow they do decide to do it. I think that'd be a nice pickup. Whoever get him is gonna get a hell of a player.
Gonna get a good player. Yeah. I heard about it. I didn't get a chance to scout him, but I have heard of him. Yeah. I know that Jaden Hardy. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a player in this league. My next guy is out of Duke, Mark Williams. 7 foot shot blocker. Move his feet. He actually remind me of, and it's a small sample size college basketball, but he reminds me of Robert Williams. And a guy that you can switch out on guards. He can move his feet well. He's gonna block your shot. He's always in a dunker position. He puts himself in those positions. I know the things they said he got to work on was he has to work on his passing, passing ability and his IQ. He don't do good with the ball in his hands a lot, but he's a guy though. I think if the Bulls can get and they can, develop a little bit better, he can be a player for him, similar to where Robert Williams is in Boston.
Yeah,
and we know in this league you need those big guys that can guard out and guard to protect the rim.
Yeah, for me, I don't have no centers on my list, just cause it's like when I'm scouting, I'm looking for guys who can play multiple positions, and I think Mark Williams is a legit five.
There you go. Yeah.
But he's probably one of the few big men that I would take. Like I think if he slipped past Charlotte, then I think it's a highly chance that we can get him, and I'm cool with that because I think he brings a lot of what we need. So shooting big man is what we need the most for sure. I think if like I say get past Charlotte, I will be cool with us getting him. I think Portland, if they take somebody else, I think Charlotte may draft Jalen Duran, then that will allow Mark Williams to probably slip. Yeah. So Mark Williams probably the only
scenario.
Yeah, he's the only guy I will be cool with taking. Because I need guys who can play multiple positions. That's what I'm looking for. But I love Mark Williams though.
Yeah.
Brings a lot. But my next guy is he's not in the Jaden Hardy scenario because I actually do think he can play. I think Jaden Hardy is like a more of a shooting. I wouldn't even say a combo guard. I think he's the legit 2 guard. But this guy can play the 2 and the 3. That's Jalen Williams from Santa Clara, 6'6", 195. He can get buckets. Still kind of raw. I like his game. I feel like he can fit that 2 guard. Maybe back up DeMar. Mainly back up DeMar because we got Caruso, Ayo at the 2. So
right.
I like this. I like Williams at the 3. So he could do it all. Like his defense probably need improvement. One thing, probably one knock on him, but he can get buckets though. The offensive tools is there. Hopefully his defense can get there because being a 2-way can get you paid in this league.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I actually heard of him. I got to do a little bit more research on him. But I definitely heard of that kid. I got a couple more guys on here. They was more like long shots because, we looking at like the Lonzo Ball. His knee is still not healing.
Yeah.
So I looked at a couple point guards just in case, even though I don't really see the Bulls getting a point guard like in the draft per se, because they probably, if they need to, they probably go out in free agents and get a protection guard in case Lonzo's not ready. But just for shits and giggles, I looked at a guy like Trevor Keels. And I actually like this kid. Like I said, I don't know if the Bulls probably a long shot the Bulls get him. But he was a guy I looked at, big body guard. Like he built like Eric Bledsoe. He gave me a little Eric Bledsoe vibe, and he gave me a Marcus Smart vibe. Like he's a defensive guy, guard 1 through 3, not super athletic, but high IQ, make smart plays, can shoot it. Another guy I was looking at, just throwing out there, Walker Kessler.
Mm.
You know, another guy similar to Marco Williams, a straight 5, move his feet pretty well, 7'1". So I think that the Bulls will have some options.
Yeah,
The
for
Bulls will
sure.
have some options out there. Yeah.
It's a lot of good options. I even like the guy
Yeah.
from Serbia, Jovic. I feel like he remind me of
Jovic.
yeah,
Yeah.
he remind me of Gallinari, but he can be better than Gallinari though. Like a guy who can shoot the ball real good. Got the playmaking skill set, and we know AK. He loved them.
Them Jokic's.
Them European
Focus and
guys. So yeah.
I can
So,
definitely see that happen.
so
I
I'm
can
not.
definitely see that happen.
He's the guy that can still get taken at that with the 18th pick. I think that's pretty much all the guys I had on my list so far that I've been scouting. You already said
What?
Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
Well, the last guy I did have on my list was Patrick Baldwin.
Patrick Baldwin.
Yeah, 6'9", 220, still young, only 19 years old. He's a good shooter, playmaking
He gonna
potential.
shoot it right away.
Yeah, but he's not
He
a
gonna
good
come
defender.
in, but he's not a defender. There you go.
So
There you
that's
go,
kind of the one knock on it. Like I watched this film and I'm like, yeah, that's not a guy that we really can use. We need guys who can shoot the ball and defend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can go get somebody at free agency, another Matt Thomas, or bring Matt Thomas back if we just need a shooter that can't defend. So that was important. But he is on my list though. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up scouting some more guys. Like I only had a few guys. You took Tari Eason and Walker Kessler, so
yeah.
Those two guys.
What you know about Jerry Sochan?
Yeah, I think it's Sohan, Jeremy Sohan. Yeah,
Sohan,
from Baylor.
I like him too.
I heard about him, but I ain't really. He on my list though, but I ain't like. I got a list of names. Then I got a list of names with things underneath them. Him with just blank still. I haven't. Got into him.
We'll probably have to come back and chop it up a little bit more. I like him too. He remind me of Nick Batum, 6'9", guard multiple position, another high motor guy. He got to work on his jump shot though. He's like the opposite of Patrick Baldwin. He's the opposite. He does everything Patrick Baldwin doesn't do.
So he's like a defender.
Yeah, he's a very good player like Nick Batum, but Big Nick Batum probably was a better shooter when he came in, but he does everything else well. Rebound, playmaking, high IQ plays, know where to be, know where to pass it, know when to cut. It's just his wide open shot he got to get better at. But one thing I will say, especially for these players and what the Bulls need, like they need defensive, like you said, guys that can guard multiple positions, play multiple positions right away. I think the shooting and the offensive end, they can pick that up later as they grow, but we need guys that can come in and when we need a stop, just help us get a stop. Don't worry about our offense. We got scores off, you know what I'm saying? So
and I think AK and Mark, I think they would like a guy to be a defense first, maybe I'm not gonna say a questionable jump shot, but not as a good shooter yet. Because if you look at the guys they picked up, Patrick Williams, when he came in, it was defense first.
Yeah.
Offensive game had potential.
There you go.
I was a defense first. Jump shot was kind of questionable, but he's shown that he can make those jump shots.
He can make them. Yeah.
Alex Caruso wasn't really a jump shooter. He was defense. So I think that's what they really look for in a player, a guy who played defense. Because you can't really teach defense. Guys gonna either want to play it or they not gonna want to play defense. So I'd rather have a guy who can play defense. That you go out there, get your minutes, work on your jump shot. Then a guy who with the offensive tools. He probably don't care about defense, so
he don't. Yeah. You right. You absolutely right. You hit it right on the head. They so far what we seen from them, defensive minded first, high IQ guys, and I can see this team being even much better in 1 and 2 years.
Yeah,
when they really get a chance to put some more of those type of guys on this team. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
really expect that. I really expect that. So
That's why I think
so
they
far
are
so
go
good.
because you can go out and get shooters, veteran shooters. You know, you draft these
Yeah,
guys who not develop offensive yet, but they good on the defense.
potential. Yeah,
And then in the
hmm
future, you got your roster set. Then already because it's like the Bulls are ready to win now, and
yeah.
they're good. They're good for the future.
Future.
Like
Yeah,
so, that's why I like where we at right now.
yeah. I feel real good about it.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
So last up, game 2 going on right now as we speak. What's your game 2 prediction and what's your overall final prediction before we get up out of here?
Ah man, this is hard. It's hard to go against Curry, but I already started running my mouth to people, my people I know. So I'm going with Boston at 6, man.
Mm,
I'm taking them to take Curry down. I just look at every step they took to get to this point. I think it'll be a shame if they don't win. You know, you took down Katie and Kyrie, you swept them. You know, then you took down Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Then you follow that up, and you took down
Miami.
one of the most high IQ, well prepared teams in Miami, and I think it set them up to face Golden State. Like I think that if they didn't go through all those teams, if they went through weaker opponents, they probably wouldn't be ready for Golden State. But I think that every team they face set them up prepared for this moment. And I think that for me, Golden State, well, the key to me is Horford. I
Mm-hmm.
told my brother this too because he swore up and down Golden State was gonna win in 5, was gonna be easy. I'm like, dude, Robert Williams and Horford is gonna cause them problems.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Draymond, he gonna guard Horford for a lot of the times of the game, but when it come down to it, they probably gonna want him on Tatum and they're gonna want Wiggins.
I think we lost, bro. Yo, Big O. Well, before Big O's kind of out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give out my prediction for game 1 and game 2.
Okay, there I
Are you
go.
back?
Yeah, I gotta get this internet stuff together. Sorry for the people out there watching. But real quick, yeah, I just think the size gonna be too much for Golden State. I think Curry gonna be Curry. As far as tonight, I expect Golden State to win tonight. I expect Clay to have a big game because if they don't, it's gonna be over quick. I don't think they're gonna win 2 in Boston. So I think Golden State, it's a must win for Golden State. I think Clay have a big game tonight. I think Wiggins have a big game tonight. I think Curry gave you his good game last game, but I still think he'd probably give you 20 some points. He probably have a good game, but not 21 in the first half type game. So I think Golden State win tonight, and then I take them to split. They probably split in Boston. Then I'm gonna go Boston probably win the next 2. I got them at 6 because if it goes 7, Golden State gonna win at home.
Yeah. At first, before game 1 started, I'm like, man, Golden State, too much firepower. Golden State got this, but it's going 7. After game 1, I was like, Jason Tatum had probably one of his worst games, and they still wind up winning that game. I feel like Jason Tatum is showing that he's a top 10 player. Like his shot was not falling, but you still see him engaged, making passes. Had 13 assists. Still was engaged on the defensive end. So, I really do believe Boston have a good chance of knocking off the Warriors. That defense, as you saw, was crazy. Like they was getting at Golden State. Jordan Poole, I think he had a rough game. Um, Draymond Green, I'm just letting him shoot. I'm letting Draymond Green, beat me. Everybody else, I'm cool. Probably double team him. Let Draymond beat you. So I really do believe Boston got a damn good shot at knocking off the Warriors. I would not be surprised. But I'm only going to say Warriors in 7 just because they got a lot too much offensive firepower if things go the right way. Like if you let them get up, it's hard to keep climbing if Boston shots are not falling. Like we seen Derek White. No, was it Derek White or Marcus Smart who was getting off?
Both of them
and,
had a good game. Marcus
and,
Smart had 18. White had like 20, 21.
and Al Horford. They so the role players really stepped up. So that's what's going to need for Boston to really knock off the Warriors. It's the role players to step up to match the offensive firepower that the Warriors got. But just because they're the veteran team, I'm going Warriors in 7.
Yeah.
But Boston got a damn
pick.
good. Yeah, Boston got a damn good side. I would not be.
It's real close. Yeah, it's real close.
And Tatum's my favorite player
right
now, like the non-Bulls players, Jason Tatum, and then Giannis. Like they just like
right there,
neck and neck. So
yeah, I'm actually proud of Jason Tatum because this whole playoffs, what he's shown me is that he's grown. He's grown into a superstar. Like it's legit, and I know Udoka probably played a big part in that. I know Brad Stevens was an excellent coach for them as well. But I do think it's true, like, certain coaches get to certain players and they kind of bring the best. I think Tatum, like you said, he had a terrible shoot night, but he gave you 13 assists. Like, he found a way to dominate the game in another way, and that's what superstars do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm proud of him.
Marcus Smart, he looked like damn good this season. Like previous, he was to me, I always thought he was okay. But this season, I like Marcus Smart is really good. Like to me, I think he's the third best player.
Yeah, that's truly me and my guy I work with. He said the same thing. He said, "Dude, I didn't know Marcus Smart was this good." I'm like, "Dude, like, really, you could say all three of them really took a step. Jaylen Brown, Marcus, and Tatum this season, and
sure."
They look real good. So I think, with all them being young, Marcus Smart being the oldest of the three, I think they're going to be around for a long time. As long as they have Robert Williams. I know Horford is up there in age, so they'll probably have to find a replacement for him soon. But I think if they get another 4 that can defend multiple positions, they'll be a contender for the foreseeable future. So
I would hope I would love for them to bring Rondo back next year to be another veteran in the locker room. But I before we wrap up, I love that they broke through and got to the finals because it was a lot of talks that they couldn't play together. Now they know they can win together, and you ain't got to really worry about this duo breaking up because this is a damn good duo.
Yeah.
So yeah, for real, I think he's been in the league for 8 years so far.
Yeah, he's the oldest. I think he got drafted 2016, and Marcus Smart, he's their leader. He's like what Draymond is to Golden State.
Fact.
And them dudes, man, they gonna be around for a long time, man. I love they switchable defense. They switching 1 through 5. It's nobody Golden State can pick on.
Mm-hmm.
You pick, it's nobody. So, like you said, Curry, Clay, they gonna have to bomb a lot of threes because they pretty good defensively. So
and I love what they was doing. They was how they switched. They got Tatum on Curry, and Curry got into foul trouble. So that first half he was hot.
Yeah.
Then he had to sit because he was in first quarter he was hot. Then he got to sit in the second quarter because of foul trouble, and that led Boston to get on their little run. And so I think that's something they should keep doing. Keep attacking Curry, get him in foul trouble, slow him up, and that's pretty much the head of the snake. Cut that off, man.
Yeah. Make others make plays.
So yeah, man, that's all we got for you guys. Make sure you be with us. Tune in next week. We're probably gonna talk about some free agents the Bulls should look into. A couple other topics. If you guys see some things, just shoot us a text, a DM or a tweet, and probably put it in the next episode of the podcast. Any last word, Big O?
No last word. Well, no, it's always a last word. I'll just say, I expect a good game tonight. And as far as the Bulls go, we'll see what happens. I know the draft. When the draft? The draft at the end of this month, right? It's right after the finals.
23rd.
23rd, yeah. So I think the Bulls will be all right. I'm glad. You know, this is a deep draft. I know next year deep draft. I'm hearing they might buy it. They might be buying a second round pick. You know, some rumors out there for that. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to another good off season.
For sure, for sure. So that's all we got for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all the comments, all the likes, all the love. It's your boy Mike B. My man's Big O. On the go Chicago Sports, where you can get all your Chicago sports news and sports news in general. So enjoy the game 2. We out
Stay safe out there.
for sure.